Hey, I'm going to try something a little different this time. You know, I've been typing out these emails, and I don't know how many people really enjoy reading these. But for me, accountability, discipline, these are words that really resonate with me and they mean something to me. There's a few, I'm going to go through just a summary of about three chapters here with just a few quotes from each one. And I'm going to stop in between here and there and just kind of explain, in my own words, what I believe the author is trying to get across, the point they're trying to make. But I'm going to do it from the perspective of real estate sales. So bear with me. This is a grand experiment. I hope it's going to work well for us. Now, the first is with something that, honest to gosh, when I read it, I'm like, oh, that resonates so much. It says, you get better by doing, you don't get better by talking about doing. And that's by a quote by a guy named Carl Liebert, Executive VP and COO of USAA. We've all seen the USAA ad, so we all know what that is. But I think that's so spot on accurate, right? We all get better by doing, by practicing, by doing it each and every day. I mean, there's no way to get better if you're not actually doing it. Talking about it, that's not going to get you where you want to go. You have to be doing it. So you can't talk about generating leads. You have to go do that. You can't talk about how to take listings. You have to go out there and take the listings, meaning you've got to set yourself up for the possibility of failure. And he talks about that. He does. See, he says, failure is part of all successful team and individual journeys. It's true. You're going to fail. Embrace it. Because the faster you fail, the faster you're now going to succeed because you learn from that failure. Hey, what did I do that caused me not to get that listing? Right? Why did they choose someone else instead of me? Why would they not want to meet with me? Maybe you didn't even get a chance to present to them. Okay? You cannot fear failure. It happens to the best of the best. That is so accurate. That's so true. The people that I know that are the top producers, the champions, the elite of the elite in every field, business, sports, doctors, any field, they are not afraid to fail because they know failure is temporary. It really is. It's just a temporary stop along the way. The only real problem with failure is if you don't learn the lesson that came with it. It's perfectly okay to fail. Matter of fact, you should embrace it. Not because you want to fail every time. Heck no. But you fail the one time, learn why did you fail. Now you will not repeat that mistake again, or at least that's the idea behind it, right? Don't repeat the mistake again. You see, so often we know, it's what he's got in the book, so often we know what to do, but we fail to do what we know. Right? Hey, I'm guilty. Now, this next chapter is called let me untie my tongue. Intentional. You see, he starts off with this. There's two great questions to gauge where you are on your journey of growth. First, do you truly want to grow, develop, and improve? Now that's a good question. Do you? Do you truly want to grow? Do you want to get better at what you do? Or maybe you have that false belief that you're the best thing since sliced bread. Ain't nobody out there better than me. Man, I got this whole thing figured out. I'm great. I'm the best. Do you truly want to grow, develop, and improve? What are you intentionally doing every day to make sure you do? You see, the problem with our own egos that we all have, and gosh knows I had an ego that would not fit in my office building. It was so big. And that really kept me frustrated for about 10 years. And I didn't realize it at first. I didn't realize that was what was causing that frustration till around my 11th year in this business. But you see, I thought I had this whole thing figured out. I mean, gee whiz, I got my license in the first year. I was doing 20 to 24 deals a year. I figured, man, I got this thing figured out. Had no stinking clue. I really didn't. See, I was going 6 ways from Sunday crazy. I was busy. I mean, literally, I actually showed a home on Thanksgiving Day. Now, how screwed up is that, right? I've done it. So I feel I've earned the opportunity to speak to you about some of this because I've done it. And what I've learned after 31 years in this industry, I'm hopeful to share with you so you will learn from my mistakes and I guess, really come at your business from a different perspective so you can reach your goals faster than it took me. Success is a result of what we purposefully do, not what we accidentally fall into. Now, I'll tell you, I think Kevin hit the nail right squarely on the head with that. That's not a quote, that's just something he had one line in the book. But so often we accidentally fall into a listing. It's a family, a friend, somebody like that. And we just, after a while, gosh, we think that everybody's going to list with us. Ever had that thought maybe in your head? That kind of goes right back to that. I think that is so terribly great. Let me read that again. Success is a result of what we purposefully do, not what we accidentally fall into. Think about that for a moment. Have you often accidentally fell into something? Now, maybe you didn't realize it at the time, but if you think back, that could be exactly what happened. And for me, I know it's happened to me many times. I always thought, man, I'm so great. Look, the people are just flocking to me. Well, no, it was because of something that just accidentally happened. I wasn't doing what I should have been doing intentionally to make sure I had the business coming in consistently. Meaning there's some things that we all should be doing in business, like lead generation activities. Every day, we should be involved in lead generation activities. We should every day be qualifying the leads that those activities have generated and popped up. And then with the ones that have passed that test, meaning we've pre-qualified them and we've been able to check all of our internal boxes, now we go to the next step of set the appointment. Versus just having somebody pick up the phone and call us, or we call them and they go, yeah, come on over and list the home. We didn't have to really work for that hard for that one, right? It makes you appreciate the ones that you have had to work for that much more. And what are you doing intentionally to make sure you're doing that on a consistent basis so that you can keep a full pipeline? Look, I was doing 100 transactions a year. I did it for 6 years in a row. In my last year, I was working 3 days a week. I had one assistant. It was just me doing 100 deals. Now, no misunderstanding. I had a team that I had built, and then I dismantled the team. So let's take a look at the next one. And this is a great quote by Mark Twain. Prepare for the future, because that's where you're going to spend the rest of your life. Sounds almost like a Zig Ziglar quote, doesn't it? I love that one. You see, champions understand that the knowledge and confidence they get from preparation is a separator. Now, what I think he means by that is it's what separates the champion from the wannabes, the people that just don't make the cut. They are better prepared. So how about you? Are you better prepared? Have you been practicing ways to handle objections or different ways to close for that appointment? Have you been practicing, well, just a simple script? It could be just a just listed or a just sold. It could be a past client, past customer script. Could be an expired or for sale by owner script. Have you been practicing those scripts? And don't misunderstand, don't lie. I know we all tell ourselves, oh no, it's not a script. I don't sound natural when I follow a script. Oh, that's bullcrap. We all follow a script. A lot of times we follow a script, we don't even know it. I'll prove it right now. When somebody walks up to you in a department store or a shop, and the sales clerk comes around and says, "Hi, can I help you?" What is it you say? First words out of your head. "Nope, just looking." That's crap. You went in the store for something. Ask next time. Break that habit. "Yeah, I'm looking for a pair of pants. Can you tell me where they are?" They'll take you right there. You'll get in and out of the store faster. Try it. Or how about this? "Hey, how you doing today?" "I'm doing great. How about you?" Or "I'm fine." It's a conditioned response. You see, we're just as prepared with those pat responses as champions are for game day, for objections that they prepared for just in case they get them. Here's the cool part. They don't get the objection. You know why? Because they're prepared. They're ready. They're listening in the back of their head, way back here. They're listening. And they know that if the conversation starts going down this way or starts that way or wherever the conversation, they know how to address it in advance in the normal cadence of the conversation, so that objection never comes out of their prospect or their suspect, however you want to think of it, their prospect's mind or mouth. It never gets a chance to come out because they've already addressed it. They are prepared. You see, preparation creates knowledge, and knowledge breeds confidence. Champions understand that preparation allows them to be ready for the unexpected because they know that knowledge is quickness. So, what are you doing to learn each and every day something you didn't know the day before about this business? Truthfully, you see, all of the elite, the upper echelon, all of the top producing real estate agents, whatever you'd like to call them, champions, elite, pinnacle, superstars, top producers, makes no difference, whatever you'd like to call them. Every day, and I mean every day that ends in a Y, they are working on something in their business and on themselves so they can learn, they can get better at what they're doing. You see, quickness to recognize and react is often the difference between winning and losing. It's just what I said. If you know that objection is coming, you can stop it before it even comes out. Whether that is on the court, in the sales meeting, or within the boardroom. I'm telling you, this is an awesome book. You're going to really like it. And if you don't buy it, look, I don't care one way or the other. I get nothing for this. I don't know Kevin, couldn't pick him out of a crowd. I mean, I know his picture's in here, but I've never met the gentleman. Preparation trumps pressure. Preparation fuels confidence. And preparation becomes your separation. Hey, let's face it. Most every seller that you're going to be speaking with about listing their home, they're not talking to just you. They're talking to other agents too. And you know that as well as I do. Who are they going to choose? It's a nice question. Who are they going to choose? Well, I'll tell you, they're going to choose the agent that shows up prepared, that has the answers to the questions in their mind. Many times these questions aren't verbally said, they just aren't conveyed to you. But in their mind, they have questions. And so your job is to be prepared so that you go in better than the competition. You have a presentation that it really speaks to them. It just leaves them with feeling as if they would be doing themselves a great disservice if they didn't hire you. Now that's really a lot of what I teach. See, this is why I like this book so much, because it's really no BS. It goes right to the heart of what creates champions. And in this case, it's on the basketball court. It could just as easy be baseball, soccer, football, hockey. Doesn't matter. Look, sales, to me, I think of it as a sport. I was never really a very athletic guy in school. I picked up running later, but somewhere around the 12th or 13th year, I kind of screwed up my knees. So I don't run as much as I used to, but I do enjoy walking. Now, you might think, well, walking, that's not a sport. No, it isn't. But everything else that I've done in my career, I look at as a sport, the sport of sales. And I like to think you'd be hard, or I would be, it'd be hard pressed for someone to put me in a position that I don't feel I can have the outcome that I want from the end of that conversation or at the end of that presentation or at the end of that meeting. So, and the reason is for over 15 years, I was actually, let me take that back. Go back far. For over 30 years, I've been practicing, I've been preparing, I've been rehearsing, I've been learning every day so that I can be better prepared. Because my goal is to be better prepared than anybody else out there. Now, I want to leave you with one final thing. And I love this quote because I consider myself to be a grinder. I'm not saying that that's the best way to be, it really isn't. But it is the way that works well for me. Preparation is the unseen grind that produces the biggest plays under the brightest lights. Now, listen, it may not be literally you out there on the court, on the field of play, but I want to have you start thinking about when you are in their home. You are speaking with that seller about listing their home for sale. That's the court. And those lights are the ones in that room, and their eyes are those bright lights. So it's your job to be better prepared, to be intentional, and to simply take action to put yourself in the position so that you're even able to be in front of those bright lights. Now, listen, I hope this has helped. I know I've been a little long, but I wanted to try something different than just a plain regular email. I hope you like this short video, and look, make it an awesome, awesome day and a great week. Take care, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. See you.